Hello and welcome to Walk the Pod, your daily walking show where I take my podcast for a walk because I don't have a dog. You're very welcome along. This is series 56, episode 2 of your daily walking podcast that tempts you away from your desk at lunchtime to take a walk in nature, reconnect with nature through walking, and consider a theme as we do so. And this month the theme is enough! Exclamation mark. What does that mean? Well, it can mean lots of things, but today I'm talking about enough striving and pitching it for people who have been taught to strive their entire lives, which I think it's fair to say is most of us. Welcome to Walk the Pod. So we're thinking about enough, exclamation mark. I'm trying to think more about being enough, not feeling like I don't deserve happiness and that I must work all the hours God sends in order to be enough to be happy. And aren't we all in a rather challenging world in which it's actually pretty difficult to be alive a lot of the time, as I think we've said a few times before in the past. But if we're told that we must jump through various hoops from an early age, as we are in the education system, and if the implication is that until we've jumped through sufficient hoops, we're not enough, then at what point do we stop doing that? Because actually we go through our entire lives being told the same sorts of things all the way through work, life and school and everything. So if what I'm saying to you is actually we are enough as we are without having to do all of this, how can I possibly expect people to agree with me because they've been told something different every day since they were born? Well, I think what I'd like to say to everybody, including myself, dear friends, is that there may actually be a bit of a risk with the striving, because the striving is an automatic way of coping with the not enough story that we're told. And that is that if we're chasing all kinds of things down and hell for leather, bent on achieving lots of different things and status and material wealth and trophies and stars and being wonderful and all the things that are generally speaking celebrated, what might happen is that we might miss out on an enormous amount of the universe just trying to allow us to have things. So what I would like you to just take a pause to think about today is whether there might be some benefit in remaining open and not chasing anything down. How on earth does that work? Well, I think to some extent you don't need to worry about how it works. But there is an enormous amount to be said for this approach to life, I think. Deciding that we are enough and that what we will do from this day forward is decide that we have enough, we are happy, we will remain open to new things, and whatever life has to offer us, we will have our eyes open, paying attention to what's directly in front of us for that, rather than fixing on a goal and heading for it. Because of course the other thing we know about fixing our sights on a goal and heading for it is we very rarely actually reach that exact goal. Sometimes we do, but often we head for it, and where we end up is somewhere different. And as Douglas Adams said, I didn't always get to where I was trying to get to, but I did end up getting to where I needed to be. And that perhaps is the essence of what I'm trying to say. Now, the Enough series is perhaps one of the vaguest. I mean, even for me, this is quite difficult to pin down what this theme is all about. So we can go in lots of different directions, though. That, I think, is the wonderful thing about it. So if enough makes you think of something, whether that is how to feel like you are enough, or that you've had enough, as the journal prompts suggest, do get in touch, because as usual, I'm much more interested in what the topic theme means to you, so that we can get a diverse range of perspectives on it, please. So, walkthepod.com, press the button marked to leave a voice note for Walk the Pod, and you'll have 90 seconds to record your beautiful voice for me, and I can put it in the very next podcast. What can I see directly in front of me? Well, walking around my local streets this lunchtime, paying attention to what's directly in front of me, as I always do. And I'm walking around my home this lunchtime, so it's all houses with cars parked outside, slightly overgrown grass on the verges here, lots of dandelions. And the street is studded with blossom trees, which are sort of not actually full of blossom anymore. It's all blown away, I think. And I've been having a wonderful time at the allotment recently, going over there, doing a little bit of digging and planting and so on. It has been wonderful. Going there in the early evening, having the sunlight just weakly shining on the plot is just absolutely gorgeous. So, been very, very much enjoying that. I'm not growing anything. I mean, it's just very much, here's how being an allotment here works in 2025, dear friends. You go there with a box of brownies or a box of macaroons or something that you've cooked up. You distribute these treats to all your neighbouring allotmenteers who actually know how to grow vegetables, and then later in the year they very kindly let you have a courgette or two that they can't eat themselves because they're so successful and abundant in their growing. And meanwhile, I'm there with my 47 potatoes and nothing else that has survived. But, I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a kind of just simply remaining open to the process. Trust the process, dear friends. Thank you for walking with me. It's been an absolute delight to stretch my legs with you this lunchtime. Hope you've enjoyed a walk too, maybe with Walk the Pod in your ear. Maybe you're going to go to walkthepod.com, leave me a voice note about what enough means to you, and I can put it in the very next episode. And if you're enjoying Walk the Pod, you can also join the Walk the Pod Lunchtime Walk Club on that very same website and get access to the behind the scenes Friday photo dumps, the journal prompts that go along with every episode, and a private Discord server to chat to me and other walkers all over the world and share pictures of ducks. I don't know why, but that's that's what's on there. For the price of a cheap coffee a month. It used to be a posh coffee a month, but coffee is just, it's more expensive than it used to be. Honestly, it's the best £2.50 you'll ever spend. So get involved with that at walkthepod.com too. Take care of your beautiful mind, and I'll be back tomorrow.